there's chemistry, there's compatibility, there's connection, right? Compatibility to me, so we can look at it two ways. One way is compatibility is almost the logic-based reasoning of how two people should fit together. It's like when you go on dating sites and they'll say, well, you're compatible with this individual because you like XYZ and they like XYZ and that should fit together, so this should work. But compatibility doesn't always equal success. All right. Now, it's a component. You still have to have it, but you can't go off of that alone. There's a lot of people who've been matched up with individuals, even through family and friends, because they thought, oh, you guys would be perfect for each other because you both like outdoors and things like that. But again, it doesn't mean they were truly best fit for each other. So we have to consider it. We just can't only lean on it, where chemistry now comes in, which to me is kind of like the next layer. So chemistry is extremely important. But I always argue that chemistry is something that we can have with tons of people. And to me, the more of a people person you are and friendly and know how to conversate or have conversations with individuals, the easier it is for you to have chemistry with people. Because chemistry is essentially learning how to flow with individuals, get along, move in harmony with each other. And I always use sports as a reference where chemistry can be built or destroyed. So you can put a team of guys or women together and they can practice enough and build team chemistry. But also someone could violate trust on the team and now chemistry is broken, all right? So it comes and goes. So it's another important piece to establishing a relationship or determining if we can have a successful one. But again, you can't lean on it only because it's too common and it's not reliable enough, which is where connection comes in. Because to me, connection is that deeper thing that's happening. I always reference it as it's your spirit recognizing your match or its match. And so with connection, that's where people are able to be truly themselves with each other. They can be emotionally naked, they can communicate, but they also naturally in connection have chemistry and have compatibility. Now, the funny thing with compatibility, if we're looking at it from the perspective of that logic-based reasoning of how two people should fit together, sometimes people have connection and chemistry, but on paper, you wouldn't have thought they were compatible, you know? Yeah. And so to me, those two things would override that in that sense, because it's not gonna always make sense on paper. So it's an example of you could have two people from two very different cultures or two very different socioeconomic classes, and other individuals may feel like, no, you two shouldn't be together, but it's like, you guys fit together so beautifully and everything is amazing when you're with each other. So I wouldn't want those individuals to be in denial of that or reject that because other people can't understand how this is a match, right? But ultimately, I do think you need at least the connection and the chemistry, but I do think compatibility, if we go beyond that and saying it's two people who can live in harmony with each other, then compatibility will always be a piece of the puzzle that naturally comes with connection as well.